Good morning, dear friends. I got, well, actually, it was a couple of days ago now, I got a day where two kind of unexpected parcels turned up. And so I'm going to do a mail call for both of them. And the only reason I've chose this one first is this was the first one on my doormat. So, quick peek at the box. Only a quick peek to hide the addresses of the people involved, and this was from my second friend I ever made on YouTube from the community, Johnny Roman being the first. And I like this guy's style, so I contacted him and we've become firm friends, and we email all manner of funnies and seriouses, and I'm talking about the legend that is Fireman Food. Fireman Food 1988, that's what I like and know him as. But now is the original Fireman cancelled, the cancelled original Fireman original cancelled. Most of us, I suppose veterans now, will always refer to him as Fireman Food 1988. But most of you know him, and if you don't, then why don't you? Because this guy is the personification of the hobby for me. His house is a shrine to all things 1/64th diecast and a few other scales as well. He's probably the main inspiration for how I like to show my Hot Wheels. I'm not ashamed to say I took a lot of leaves out of Fireman's book because he offered so much inspiration, and I really don't think the guy knows what an effect he has on people by just being himself, and that's the best way. It's very organic, and I've got all the time in the world for Fireman. He did send me a card. I'll just get that one in the way. I'm not going to turn it round and show you because it's got things like cell phone on and personal details, but that's a little treasure in itself. Now when you open the package and the first thing you see is $1 million bill, then you know somebody's got your back, don't you? Eh? It must be official. Look, it says the United States of America, 1 million. There's the code, there's the signature. I'm not recognising this historical American figure because he's a little Irish shamrock man, look. And there's his lucky clover, his 3-leaf, and his tankard of ale and his crack of gold. So yeah, let's have a look on the back. Oh, if you want to read that lot, freeze it and enlarge, I will do so. But yeah, a $1 million bill. That's when you know you have got a friend indeed. Thanks, FM. We shall stand him in the background and we will keep him for good luck. The luck of the Irish, as they say. So, what was in this box? Well, Fireman knows I like a project. He's sent me a couple before, of which turned out successful. We'll get to them shortly. But we're going to start off with the good. And then we're going to go to the really good. And then we're going to go to the fantastic. And I'm going to go to the project. So first thing up, I've seen this one. Haven't got it. But Fireman knows my love of all things Volkswagen. And so he sent me this Polizei, which is German. And I believe this is the Golf and not the Rabbit. Let's have a look. And there we go. It's a Matchbox 76 Volkswagen Mark 1 GTI Golf. You can just see that there now in the middle. From Matchbox, a 2019 Mattel. I've seen this doing the rounds. As I haven't really come across it myself. I'm not much of a collector of police vehicles. I don't know why. It's just something that, you know, it appeals to some people, and they collect all the liveries and accurate forces. I think there's too many, like MBX police force and Mattel police force, and it's just junk really as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't represent anything accurate. But this is a German police car. It's a Volkswagen. What more do I need to say? And it'll be kept as it is and put straight into one of my Volkswagen cases, which are groaning under the weight of Volkswagens, and that appeals to me muchly. So that is fantastic. We've got another police car. Now, people would suggest that this is a British style car. It isn't. One, because we don't have light bars like that. We sometimes have this checkboard livery, but that could vary from constabulary to constabulary. That looks like a Ford badge on the front there, but we'll find out in a minute. It's a nice casting. The wheels aren't bad. I like the spoiler. I say I'm leaning towards a Ford. It could be a Subaru, whichever part of the world you're in. Let's find out, shall we? And there we've got it's a Subaru WRX STI from Matchbox. There it is, look, when I highlight it. I think casting's a bit weak. The features aren't really picked out there, so you'd have no template to paint to. I quite like the tampoed headlights. I think I might be very tempted to remove the tampos on this and just reveal a nice metallic blue stock Subaru. But yeah, English livery, no, it could be anywhere in the world. That the fact that it's not got any badges on it specifically indicates it's just a fictitious one, a notion of a police car. But I think given a bit of tampo removal, we'll try and reveal a beautiful metallic blue stock car there. So we'll put the old police car there out the way while he does the turn. Now we get to some fantastic stuff. That was good. This is great. And again, the fireman knows me well enough to know that these thrill me the most. I think that's an opening part there. Am I sure? Let's have a look. No. Can you see that line there? It doesn't that look like that lifts? It might do. I've not really got the nails fitting, as you can see. Like my old mate David Beeson, I've got working hands. There's a cut. There's a blood wheel entrapment. That's what working hands do for you, but they're clean, they're honest, but they're hard working. So yeah, this is beautiful. This is the classic Beetle in a classic picked out panel livery. I've got something similar. This indicates to me that it's modern, and more modern than you think, because it's got tampoed headlights there. I love the wheels, tiny pizza cutters at the front and big fatties at the back, as my good friend Johnny Roman would say. License plate there at the bottom. What we got here then? Who is responsible for this thing? And it's gorgeous. Volkswagen Classic Bug, Hot Wheels, and a 2018 casting. So there we go. Fireman, thank you so much. This, you know, is right up my street. Such a dainty wheel at the front. Let's have a look how he goes. Oh yes, smooth as. Smooth as. I would say that's more a premium brand, because that sounded like rubber tyres to me. And it is. They're real riders, look. Rubberised. Nice. That's a quality piece. That thrills my sense of proportions. Which one to do here now? Mix 67. Got a conundrum. he sent me an Escort, and it's a beautiful one, and it's a Castrol one. Now, yeah, you were giving me all the grief about that Team Transport with Castrol, and you said, I've got a Castrol X Escort. Is that the one? Is that the one? Because if that's the case, that's going to go straight on that particular Team Transport. Is this the one? You're the Escort man. I've not seen this one in the flesh. Is that an opening part? No. It's beautifully done. So I can have it on my Team Transport as a classic Castrol car, and along with that Ford GT40 1974 Escort, Hot Wheels 2014. This one had definitely passed me by, but it's immaculate. That is great. Mate, let me know in the comments, mate. You're the Escort man. Is this the one you've got? Is this the one you were referring to? I like it. That was just chance that that's turned up. That's amazing. So now I can fill me Castrol Team Transport up. Interestingly enough, I was telling you that I can't get Plano cases for the most part now, and they've gone from about £10 to £17 as and when they get them in stock, so I'm not going to play ball. So I've come up with a new project. I've thought outside the box a little bit, and I've got a new piece of wall that's going to have a brand new product placement on there, and it's going to be displays for some of my most precious things, and well, that's under construction at the minute. So as soon as that's done, then I'll show you that. Very nice, very classy as far as I'm concerned, and it will hold some of my most precious pieces from dear friends, including Fireman, David Johns, Mick 67, Chris Diecast Dungeon, David Beeson, Rat Black. You'll see it and understand what I'm getting at when it all comes together. Another fantastic piece. Who don't like a Jag? And I've got one very similar to this, but this weighs an absolute ton. It's rubber tyres, metal on metal, so I'm suggesting this is a premium. Check out them details, nicely done. I guess they put these circles on them so people can put their own racing numbers in, I'm guessing. I've never questioned it, but look at them wheels. Wow, that is... There you go, Mikey. Sorry. And look at that at the back there, the fine details, and a fuel filler cap. This is, of course, the beautiful E-Type Jag. A racing machine in that classic British racing green. Come into focus. There we go. And that's, there we go, Jaguar lightweight E-Type from Hot Wheels 2018. This is part of a premium set. I cannot express how weighty this is and how quality laden it is. Great job, Mattel. This is when I love you the most. Fireman. Wow. A classic piece of British history there. And still popular. Mick, don't forget. Let me know, sir. Please. There we go. We're getting a nice little gaggle of cars together there. Right. So, I have actually got, I think, one of these, maybe two of these. Hello, Kitty. Fireman, you know me so well, and my ever-burning collection of Hello Kitty merchandise. If you include this piece with the other two pieces I've got, then that's 3. And that's where it ends, all right? Oh, God. And I forget the name of this casting as well. Which is daft because I've got about 6 of them. But yeah, it's the squat Volkswagen Beetle bus. And people think this is a silly fantasy casting, and it isn't. They actually chained out a tiny, tiny bus like this in scale. We'll compare it to something else in a moment. But this is a real vehicle. A real vehicle. And if you Google it, you'll see pictures of the actual thing. So yeah. Funny enough, I've got a short card, a long card, but I haven't got one open. So now I have, so I can leave the other two as they are, in a good a state as they can be. But the main thing is, it's a Volkswagen. Could use a few of them details picking out there at the front, just to make it more beautiful. I might even strip it and do a project. I know a certain Canadian that's doing me one as a project. Good old 57 Fordsman. My mate 40. Hope your box is with you soon. Most of the others I sent at the same time are now, or have now arrived, and you've seen some of the videos. So let's go on to the great stuff. Okay. Pan Am. I'm almost sure I've got this one on display. I can soon check. But there's no doubt in its quality. So there's the details on the back. Simplistic but wholly accurate. 1958 Pan Am. Pan Am Airways. I think a certain Diecast Dungeon might be interested in this piece. If he hasn't got it already, and I imagine he has. Proper lens deadlights, beautiful detailing, a bold colour scheme for a bold industry, sadly decimated. And I'm looking at this, and am I right in thinking this is an M2 with a Castelline Incorporated 2019? I think that's who makes M2, isn't it? It's not Auto World, surely. But I know it's one of the premium makes, but that is beautiful. I'm sure I've got this one. I shall check and get back to you. Sorry if I seem a little hoarse today. I am. Excuse me. One of my primary roles at work is on a piece of kit called a spin deck, and I do work on floor 3, and we shout through the gratings of floor 2. And I haven't been on that piece of kit for a long time, and so I had to start shouting the instructions through to my workmates below, and now I'm feeling the effects today. So there we go. I do apologise for being a little hoarse and a little bit dry. Beautiful. Fireman, thank you so much. Now then, I think this is the same make, so we're talking M2 again. But look at that. I haven't got a Volkswagen T1 or T2 that's anything like that. Again, oh sorry, this was Real Riders, metal on metal, and so's this. Both wholly accurate. Them flying saucer hubcap covers. A plane on this, it doesn't reveal anything more than that. Maybe you can tell me what this means, Chris, Diecast Dungeon. You're a plane expert. Or at least you had more or less a lifetime in the industry. Beautiful chrome bumpers picked out. Look at that fine pipe work there that goes all the way around. So a very bold plane on there, and a green and yellow colour scheme, which almost makes me think of South Africa. Maybe the Caribbean. This arrived to me, I must confess, with a bumper hanging off. So a little bit of super glue, or as Fireman calls it, crazy glue. But yeah, and this is Castillo again, so, or Castillas. So that's M2 in my book, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not that up myself that I think I'm right. I can take instruction like the next man, with no ego to bring to bear. So that's beautiful. Now projects. Right, this one's a bit of a mystery to me. Let's get it into some of the. I'm bumbling a lot, but I've had to pick this one up awkward because it's in parts. And if you look at the base, then there you go. Look at that base, a 1968 Lesney Products, a Volkswagen 1500 saloon, made in England. But, and when you look at it like this, all seems well. But there's two things that trouble me with this. One, the wheels do not sit right. There is a suspension bar in there, but you can see how that looks thoroughly buggered. Okay, the axles are showing there, and I have actually got the other pair of wheels. I like them wheels and I will keep them, but there is something very much amiss inside there. And also this, I have never seen this. That lot, it just doesn't seem to sit right. I don't know if it's the age of the casting. It might have had a tow bar there. It's got a smashed fender there. It's got a missing headlight that's part of the casting, you know, the base there. So you take that broken fender, you take the missing headlight. This, I've never seen this. I'm not saying it's not right. I've just never seen it. And there's something wrong with the wheels. There's, considering the doors don't open, there's a lump out of there. So I'm suggesting that was a driver's mirror. There is no glass and no interior. So I don't know whether that's been lost. But it just, I'll take it apart for you. This is one of Fireman's projects. But you can see, you know, the suspension in there. The wheels are sat right, but for some reason, they just don't sit right in the casting. So I think with that fender flare missing there, I might totally remove the fender flares and turn it into a rod with some big wheels at the back to jack up that back end, some smaller ones at the front, and see if we can turn this into something really super duper and a little bit out of my comfort zone. I watch the way Mike Espo chops things up and I think, good God, Mike, this doesn't seem right. And, you know, the genius that he is, he always makes it right. And I love watching Mike Espo doing his crazy customs. He imagines some stuff he does. I don't know what he dreams of at night, but by golly, it's certainly fertile. And it always works, but you can see this just does not sit right in any way, shape or form. It's all wrong. But we'll make it live again and we'll repurpose that. Last two castings. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This is obviously a upside down Volkswagen Boss again. But I think Fireman's done what I did when I first started customizing. You drill the post out, it's awkward, so you get a little bit of something. Let me focus that for you. There we go. You get something like a little screwdriver to lever the cast, and bang, there's a weak point in the casting and your screwdriver has found it. I've only done it once, so I'm very, very careful, but that looks like that casting is like pig iron, and I reckon that was a weakness. So we've got a busted base to start with, but it is a metal base, and we can either JB weld that from the inside and or put some crazy glue on it. The good news is the pieces do fit together nicely, so I'm not overly concerned. But what have we got? Well, we've got a beautiful, not in my normal zone, but I quite like it. It's something different. We've got Alice in Wonderland there. And we've got the Mad Hatter, we've got Alice, and we've got the rabbit. We all seem to be disappearing down a rabbit hole at the minute, don't we? Descending into crazy world. Believe you me, America, you're 3 months behind this island of tyranny, and you will see and hear things that if you've got 2 brain cells won't add up to you. but the people in this country can't seem to get it. But yeah, you will hear some right old rubbish. Be warned. If you've got anything like a bullshit detector, then question everything. Do your own finding out, and then you will derive at the truth. So there we go. We got the suggestion of a blue canvas top there, peel back, some lovely fine tempo work. I like this, and I'm going to keep this as it is. And so I'm going to repair that base, and I'm going to put a set of authentic VW wheels on it. And that will do for me. That's great. I love these little surprise projects Ron sends me. I've had some fun with them. And it's nice to know that you can love these back to life. Now this is pretty messy. We know that I showed one of these in a Gasser challenge. There you go, the Big Deal Gasser 50th anniversary. Looks nice, looks real nice. Like the wheels. I don't know how original this is to mine. I can't say without getting up and looking at it, but we've got some mighty meters on the back, and I don't know if I swapped them over because I thought Gassers always sat high at the front end. I could be wrong. But this all comes apart. Methinks this lime green window or canopy glass is going to be blacked out. I think this is going, once I've got that glass out there, is it going to pop as it is? It's coming. I don't know where that's been. Oh, there we go. There we go. So there's the beautiful casting. I think I'm going to strip this, and I've got a notion that I want to do it white with a black roof. And a certain friend of mine who you all know, but I'm not allowed to say, who sends me a couple of sheets of fine tampos. I think this is going to be black roof, white gloss all the way around with lots and lots of racing logos on, sponsorship deals similar to this, but we will completely change this because I have already got one of these. And as much as I love it, I haven't got too many gases, so what say I create my own. But we will repair that metal base. We will blacken this canopy. It's not got much of an interior anyway. The wheels I like, so we might swap them around the other way so that the big ones are on the front. Or not, I don't know. I'll have a look at how the original sits. There's obviously some gum gone in there to hold the wheels in place. You can see the tread on the tyres. But I think we're going to totally repurpose this as a brand new type of gasser. This is what I'm talking about, casting details, folks. They're the easiest things to put in, the detailing. And you see, look, on there. So this is going to be repurposed as a new gasser for my own collection. Beautiful casting, no doubt about it. Let's give it a little tip down. So we can see it all. So there's a super box of good, extra good, brilliant, and projects. And this is fantastic. I always get surprised by the Fireman. I never know what's coming along, but he never disappoints. So we're just coming up to half an hour. I've got another box to unopen later on from David Beeson. So David, that one's coming. I'm just trying to fit things around the hectic schedule. Diecast dude, I'm going to do your custom Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee. Here it is, a reminder that I've still got it, but the wheels are all wrong as suggested, and I've just got the new Greenlight muscle car pack with a bigger wheel at the back and a smaller one at the front. They're nicely chromed, but we are going to There you go, that shows them wheels were only temporary, and I didn't like the looks of them. Didn't sit right. But we're going to put some mighty muscle car wheels on there, and then we're going to black wash them to dirty them down a bit, and then the General will be speeding its way to Holland. You can see I've clear coated this now, a couple of clear coats, and this is satin. We don't want anything shiny because the General ain't shiny. In fact, it's dull. But this is an happy medium where you catch a little bit of light. You can see how strong the paint job I did. I must have put 4 or 5 coats on this, and it was an half decent casting, but it had issues like holes and pits that needed filling. We've worked a little bit of magic on this. It didn't sit right there because I haven't sealed it yet now. So did you hear that click? So this is my custom General Lee gift for Diecast Dude. We all know that these things are as rare as rocking horse shit to get hold of, so I've just built him one. So there we go, wheel swap, and it's on its way to you, David. Okay people, I shall be back at you within the next day or so with an unboxing from David Beeson. Fireman, thank you so much, dear friend, brother. We share a lot of the same outlooks on life, and the same goes for David Beeson. So stay tuned, new videos coming. Everybody have a great day. Bye bye.